Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Town of Lexington Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. This board is comprised of town citizens. We are appointed by town council and we serve without pay. We are a legal board operating under the Comprehensive Planning Act of the state of South Carolina. And although this meeting may not seem as formal as a hearing in court, all statements still must be true, factual, and made in a manner not to mislead us. Please understand that we must make our decisions within the parameters of state law. State law requires us to grant a variance if and only if we find each of the following four statements true. Number one, there are extraordinary and exceptional conditions pertaining to a particular piece of property in question because of its size, shape, or topography. Number two, these conditions do not generally apply to other properties within the vicinity. Number three, because of these conditions, the application of the ordinance to a particular piece of property would effectively prohibit or unreasonably restrict the utilization of the property. And number four, authorization of the variance will not be of substantial detriment to the adjacent property or the public good, and the character of the district will not be harmed by granting the variance. Moreover, state law prohibits us from granting a variance simply because the property could be used more profitably if the variance were granted. We are not concerned with the use of the property. The use of the property is determined by others. We ask that you please confine your remarks to the issue at hand. Should we make a decision that you believe incorrect, you may appeal our decision to the circuit court within certain time limits provided by state law. In cases that such an appeal is made, it is important that the circuit court know who testified at this meeting. Please sign the sign-in sheet and identify yourself before speaking. Thank you. All right, staff, for variance, do I have a number? Yes, variance 2025-1. We need a report from staff.
All right. Michael Jack has submitted a request for a variance from the Town of Lexington setback ordinance. The variance is sought to reconstruct a carport that was destroyed during Hurricane Helene at 104 Duffy Drive. To reconstruct the carport, the new accessory structure must comply with the current setback requirement of 5 feet from the property line. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow the covered porch to be set back 0 feet from the property line as it was previously.
Okay, any questions for staff?
No.
Okay.
Oh, well, yes, I do. Going back to this is a carport, not a covered porch, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It is not attached to the building, it's detached.
This is, I went on Google Maps, this was the previous.
Yeah, I walk by that every day.
Can I?
Yes.
Well, I walk.
Well, yeah, take a look. Well, and at first I didn't know where it was, and when I pulled it up on Google Maps and spun around, I'm part of F3, and we've done some running events in the parking lot across the street that last like for a week. So I've run a lot of times by your house.
Well, thank you.
So.
Well, I hope I'm always friendly.
Well, hopefully we weren't too loud and woke you up at 5 a.m. either. So, all right.
You're the group that's I can hear you guys outside my window. No, you don't wake me up, but I can hear you guys chatting.
Yes, sir. Mr. Jack, if you would, you can take the stand and tell us about what you're requesting.
Well, I was requesting to replace the carport that was damaged, destroyed during Hurricane Helene. It was flipped upside down. I don't know if you guys had any pictures. If you don't, I can show you what happened. But it was just taken up and flipped upside down. I initially wanted to go on the side of the house, and we went back and forth, and that's not feasible because of the property lines and the whole kit and caboodle. So I just want to put it back in the exact same spot that it was in.
Real quick, could you state your name for the record, please?
Sorry, Michael Jack.
Thank you, Mr. Jack. Yeah, we have the photograph that you was submitted from that, and sorry that you had that damage. I guess we got luckier than some in this area with that.
And I sat at my front door and watched it all happen.
Yeah.
It broke out my window, it started to rock forth, and then it just ticketed.
Just decided to go all Kansas on you.
Yeah, but through it all, I'm still blessed. My son's car was parked on the side, only a hand-length distance between hitting his car. It got hung on the house, and thank God I didn't destroy his car. So.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Jack?
You stated it's going back in the exact same place that you had it previously?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Same type of structure?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
yeah, I'm landlocked, so I want to go with a large one, but I can't.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, we'll discuss. Of course, I showed you the drawing that I pulled up, I guess I put it back over here on Google Maps. Two things that struck me right off the bat is when you look at it from an aerial view, he's not right up against the road. I don't think it's creating any hazard in the driveway area.
I don't mean,
The question that I had for you, and I can't think of the terminology, we talked about this with a previous one, is this road one that and it's part of the plan about where it could be widened at some point, or?
I don't believe so. I did discuss with Reedy Edwards, our transportation director, and he said if it went back in the exact same location, that it wouldn't be encroaching the roadway. This is not part of the preservation corridor.
That's the words I was looking for, preservation corridor.
It's not one of the roads on preservation corridor. So I did talk with Randy, and he said it wouldn't need an encroachment permit or anything that, because it's not encroaching the right of way if it goes back exactly where it was.
Yep. And the fact too that, looking at the property, knowing that that's, and Mr. Jack, I'm sure you're aware, that's a busy road because of the ball fields and whatnot. I feel like the way it's structured, there's no sightline danger. By doing this, we're not creating a traffic hazard for you or anybody who visits your home from that standpoint, so.
It's been there 20 years, so we've never had an issue with the sight line.
Well, I think I'm of the opinion if it's the exact same structure,
I'm okay.
with the idea that it's a 20-year newer one,
Yeah.
of course. If it's the exact same structure and we're going in the exact same place, don't be sneaking it out towards the road or whatever. If it's in the exact same spot, then I'm of the opinion that it's good. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the variance for the following reasons. I'd like to make a motion to approve variance 2025-1 for the following reasons. Number one, due to the location of the existing home, it's not possible to relocate where the damaged carport was to a new spot. Number two, because other properties in this area have not been developed, as Mr. Jack's home has, so it would not create the same issue. Number three, reconstructing the carport in the same location will not cause issues with the road right-of-way setback or safety. Number four, by replacing the carport, it will not affect the surrounding areas. Do I have a motion? Or do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Troy Fight,
Yes to the motion.
Ron Fisher,
Yes to the motion.
Don Weatherly.
Yes to the motion.
You have your variance. That's it. Sorry, we're a little bit delayed getting started this evening. I appreciate you being patient with us, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Well, one quick question, because of course, I don't know anything about this process. So am I able now to have the carport people pull? That's right.
Yep.
Because that's what the issue was when they went to try to pull the permit, they were stopped in their tracks.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I
You
just
come
need,
in and pull the permit now.
okay. And when I get ready to put the fence down, do I need to come in and talk to you guys again? It was a fence between the properties that I'm
Yes.
gonna have to put back.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
just come in and talk to us at that time.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Jack.
you.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, you.
and good luck to your children.
Thank you.
All right, any, looking at the zone, or the minutes, any additions, corrections, changes?
No.
Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
Second.
Just, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Anything from staff we need to know?
Just an update on the sign ordinance research that's gone through planning commission. They all made a motion to recommend to council to change the definition of a wall sign to include any signage that is on the glass or in the interior of the glass that is visible from the roadway. We will be taking that to council for them to review at the January 21st work session. So that is the next step from there, and then we will get feedback and guidance from council, and I'll just try to keep you updated as we move along with that process.
So in the event that it comes out of council to move forward, after the work session, how long before that will be put in place that we will revisit what started
So
this?
then it would need, if they give blessings and want it to be put on the next council agenda, it would go on the February council agenda for first reading, and then the March agenda for a public hearing and second reading, final approval.
Okay,
And
so we're looking at March, April.
March or April, depending on how it goes.
Now, once that's in place, will the folks at Musician Supply have to come back to us, or will they just be informed of this?
Depending on what takes place, then yes, they will. So we will, at that time, once I know kind of more of how council's gonna go, once I have maybe a first reading, then I will reach out to them and just give them an update of where we are on the approval of an ordinance.
Is there any need for any of us to attend any of those meetings for?
If you would like to
Well, of course that.
include input, then definitely the work session is open to the public on the 21st. I think that's where the most discussion will be had. If you have comments, I mean, I think you can always reach out to your elected officials and let them know. The agenda and the research that I did was provided to Planning Commission, and it is a public document on our website. If you need it, I can send it to you if you want to review it from there. But I would suggest, I mean, if you feel led to voice your opinion, then I would suggest contacting your elected officials.
Thank you. In the event, and I'll take kind of jumping off what you said and addressing anyone who possibly watches this or sees it in the future, all the information that we just provided on this upcoming ordinance, you are available as a town citizen to speak up and to say something, to come to these meetings. If you have questions, you can contact the town and get more documentation. This is part of your responsibility, public, to be involved. We'd rather you be involved now than be angry later and didn't come to a meeting, so
That's right.
there you go.
Yep, and right now I do have a couple of applications for February, so we will have a meeting in February, as long as everyone can attend. I think that date, let's get it it would be February the 6th.
Let me check my very busy calendar. Oh,
Do we need to look at rescheduling?
possibly, yes. I may have a conflict. We can discuss it
Okay,
afterwards.
that's fine.
Okay.
If we need to, as long as we give enough public notice, we can reschedule these to a different date that works for everyone.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, just to throw it out there, crud, the next couple of Thursdays are busy. Can we, we'll talk, but if we could back it up to that Wednesday,
I'm flexible.
if we could do it on the 5th instead of the 6th.
Let me check and make sure.
Okay.
I don't have anything I can't say right now. Tentatively, yeah.
But we know you can be here in 5 minutes if we need you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We are adjourned. Watch, I'm gonna use my gavel. We're done.